Hi, it's Ella again from the Bristol Ensemble Preludes Music Education Programme. So, you may have noticed today we're joined by a very, very special guest. Today we're going to be learning about a particular instrument in an orchestra. Now, those of you who may know already, an orchestra is a group of musicians made up of lots of different instruments. Now, these instruments are divided up into four main groups, or what we call families. So we've got the string family, the woodwind family, the brass family, and the percussion family. So the instrument I'm holding here is the instrument I play. So it's very gold, it's very, very shiny. It's not actually made of gold, which we'll come on to in a moment, but it's called the French horn. So well done to those of you already who know that the French horn belongs in the brass family. So it's not made of gold, but it's made of brass. Almost all of the instruments in the brass family share with the French horn these little buttons just here, which we press down either one at a time or in combination, and that changes the pitch of the note that we play. So the pitch being whether the note sounds high or low. Now, the proper word for these buttons is actually valves. But what's really, really interesting about the French horn that's a little bit different to the other brass instruments is that all of the other brass instrument players would use their right hand to press these valves down, and the French horn is the only instrument that actually uses the left hand to do this. So, as well as our three valves here, we've actually also got a fourth valve, which is for our thumb to use. And then we come all the way up here, and this part of the French horn is called the mouthpiece. Now, this is where our lips need to vibrate into in order to produce the sound. So then the sound will travel from the mouthpiece all the way around the French horn through all of these tubes until it reaches the tail end of the instrument here, which is called the bell. So once the sound has travelled all the way through here, reaches the bell and comes out of the bell, it sounds a little bit like this. Exciting about instruments in the brass family, and particularly the French horn, is that very often in music they are used for battles, music for celebrations. So what I would like you now to do is have a little listen to this and have a little think for yourself about what this music really makes you think of. So if you were thinking that the music maybe sounded quite royal, or it was quite celebrationary, it had a celebratory-like style, that's a great answer, and I would definitely agree with you there, because music like that played on the French horn, if we go all the way back to the 18th and the 19th century, music like that was played for ceremonies such as the changing of the guard or for the coronation of a famous king or a famous queen. And what makes that music sound so royal is a particular tune, and the name of that tune, what we're going to learn, is called a fanfare. And today we're going to have a little go at composing our own fanfare. Now, it doesn't matter if you haven't got a brass instrument like this at hand. You can actually use any instrument that you've got lying around the house. If you haven't got an instrument, no worries at all. If you've got a piano, that would be absolutely fine. Or if you haven't even got that, don't worry at all. Just ask permission from mum and dad if you could maybe download a piano device or a piano app onto your iPad and iPhone. Now, one of the main things that we need to think about when composing our own fanfare is something called a triad. Now, don't worry if you've not heard about what a triad is before. What I'm going to do is play a C major triad on the piano. Now, we call that major because it sounds quite happy, and we've already said that fanfares were written for quite happy, for quite jolly events. So we want our triad all of the time to sound major. Now, if you are using a piano to create your own fanfare, we've just done a little guide here to help you for the notes that you would need to use. So if we have a little careful look, note number 1 that we would need to use would be a C. note number 2 that we would need to use would be an E, and note number 3 that we would need to use would be a G. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use those 3 notes to play our triad, but instead of playing all of the 3 notes all at once as a triad, we're going to split them up and play each individual note separately. So it's going to sound a little bit like this. So that's it, easy peasy really. I would love to hear what you've come up with your own fanfares, and don't forget, if you've seen our other video from the Bristol Ensemble Preludes programme on rhythms, you might want to change some of your notes in your triads to have different rhythms. So you might want to include some notes being crotchets, some notes being minims, and if you want to make them even quicker, don't forget to add in those all-important semiquavers. So really looking forward to hearing all of your own fanfares and seeing what you have come up with. If you're feeling particularly brave, please do leave a comment below with a video of your own fanfares. We'd absolutely love to hear them, and who knows, maybe I'll play a few of them as well. So thanks so much for tuning in again today to the Bristol Ensemble at Home channel. We hope you found this video interesting and useful on the French horn and the brass family, and do hopefully join us again next time. Take care, bye!